Welcome back, guys, and I've done it. I've beaten every eternal road. I don't know why I just showed that right there, but I've done it, and yeah, it was pretty rough. You know, this is the hardest content at the moment. More will be added later on, but I just wanted to give my experience and maybe give a couple tips to those who haven't already done it, or how was your experience doing it and whatnot? How did you guys do it? And I know some people do care because it's whatever, but I'm fully free to play. Haven't bought any packs. Here's the proof. You can only buy a pack once, one time remaining. There you go. To the two people that'll say, "Oh, but you weren't free to play. You just buy your way." Nope, I did it all legitly. All free to play, if that even matters. So there's that. But yeah, I'll just give my thoughts and tips for what you could do, what you shouldn't do, and should you wait or and whatnot. So my first and very important tip, or if you are going to challenge these missions, is save your mats for a specific stage. Let's say Wing Double Zeta and G Gundam, whatever. Iron Blood is not as important right now because it only has one stage and it only has one UR that you can get. So I wouldn't really focus on making a full Iron Blood team to challenge the harder content, because let's say you want to do Seed. Right now there is a lot of new and good Seed units, so I would recommend focusing on Seed, because Seed also counts as alternative series as well. So basically, if you leveled up your Seed units and all that, guess what, you can just take them into the alternative series as well, basically doing a double investment and using your mats wisely instead of, let's say, I don't know, going full throttle with G Gundam or something. G Gundam had no URs, and I know the whole point of, well, a SSR fully duped is a zero duped UR. Yes, but you have to account for the skills and whatnot. I don't really think G Gundam's units are, too amazing. The Spinel has like 30% physical weapon defense down, but there's not many units that use physical at the moment other than Exia. But if you don't have Exia, then what are you gonna use it for? But yeah, that's my opinion. I believe you should focus your mats on the things that will matter down the long run, like the Seed units. Look at how many Seed stages there are. There's 1, 2, there's another one over here, 3, 4, and then you can use those same Seed units right here, so that's technically 5. And when you count how many stages there are, 21 and then minus 5, that's basically 5 of them right there. You really want to focus. I would recommend focusing on Seed units, leveling them up first, just because that's where most of the content is right now. I guess I'll recommend which you should level up first. And then my second recommendation to which stage you should do is Double Zeta, because most of the units from Double Zeta can also be used in Zeta Gundam, like the normal Zeta, the Hirakushiki, and whatnot. Those are pretty solid units for this Eternal Road. Zeta can also be used for this too. It does use beam weapons, but its defense reduction is also really good. Same with the Zeta Red, it also reduces defense. It is an alt. It's really solid as well. Both of them are really good debuffers. So yeah, you can also use them. I would recommend. You can also use Red Zeta here. It counts as Zeta. The Xi'an, if you have it, is also really good for Zeta as well, and for the UC series. I would also recommend Red Gundam. Red Gundam is about to come back again. At the time of this recording, it reduces defense by 30% if you have fully maxed out its weapons. Completely free to play. really good solid option. That's how I beat my Eternal Row UC series. Their debuff was really good. This is a team I use, by the way. Their debuffs are really solid, 30%. So yeah. Also, I would recommend leveling up this guy if you do have the white Gundam. I know not a lot of people have it because they didn't know that the pilot would be given out for free. Kind of a messed up move on the devs. Hopefully they give at least one copy, but his double defense is really useful. I think this is like his best stage, honestly, where he's really good to shine because he can at least tank at least one hit, and then he'll die in the next hit, but at least he tanked one hit. S Gundam is, oh yeah, S Gundam is also double Zeta, so if you have S Gundam, you know, use that too. Double Zeta is also a freebie. We recommend double Zeta. So yeah, I do recommend secondly what to aim for. I recommend leveling up double Zeta units and Zeta units just because they will help with the UC series and their respective Eternal Roads, the normal and hard mode. So third recommendation, it would probably be Wing Gundam, just because Wing Gundam is also AU and the Wing Zero is actually a really solid support. If you have double O, don't worry about the normal mode because I mean, if you have Exia, it's actually really easy to do. If you don't have Exia, it's fine though. You can still do it relatively easy. I wouldn't really focus on it unless you have the UR Exia for the alternative series, so there's that. But yeah, third recommendation would be Wing, just because it has two missions here, the hard and normal. You can also level up Gundam stuff too, but if you have G-Quacks fully leveled and whatnot, this stage is not relatively too hard. It's supposed to be on the easier side, so I wouldn't say go fully Rambo on leveling up your Mobile Suit Gundam suits unless you are planning to use them for Eternal Road. I'll make a tier list probably about which units are really good in Eternal Road and which units are. It's going to be a really long list. It'll be separate videos. There's so many to cover. I'll probably do them by series, and then by the end I'll make a full completed list. Also for guides, I don't think guides are really good in this game unless you're like using a full free-to-play team, and even then some people will have trouble with the mats and obtaining them. So it's a really sticky situation on doing guides. Like I can just say, well, look at me do this with this team and this team. Well, not everyone is going to have these 4 URs. Not everyone is going to have a duped Strike Freedom. Not everyone is going to have the Astrays. Not everyone's going to have 2 fully duped red Astrays. If you saw my summon video, you know. But yeah, my team is going to be different from your team, and there are people that have already done it far relatively easier than I did. I'm not the best with guides either way, so like you could go on Reddit, a lot more guides that will show you or have done it better with at least like 1 UR or possibly even no UR. You know, some people are crazy over there, but I am not really the best with guides. I can, you know, complete the seed series with all freebies. I don't have the time, the mat, or the patience to do that, so I don't really think I am the best suited to do guides. And even then, I doubt you want to see me do this hard mission with a fully stacked team and then you're watching it and you'll be all like, well, that doesn't help me. It seems just kind of boring if I make a video about it. But if you guys want to see it, say something in the comments, because I don't know, like it's like me waving my ice cream in front of you and you don't have anything, and I'm all like, hey look, I completed the hardest mission and you can barely do it or something. Like, is that entertaining to watch? I don't really know. Unless you guys just want to see me clear it again. I don't, like I said, I don't see the point other than, cool, he did it. But that doesn't help me. And I think that's the most important thing to do in a game like this. You want to help each other, guides and all that, complete the harder missions instead of just posting a mission saying, hey, look how I did it with my duped Strike Freedom. You can't do that, but I did. So I don't know. If you guys actually do want to see it, let me know. I'll do videos on all of them. I'll complete them again. But I don't know about that. I could try to do a free-to-play guide, but like I said, I don't really have the patience or the mats to do it. Probably other people already have. So, not the best with guides. That's just the way it is. I've given my recommendations. Let's just go over it again. First, I recommend to level up Seed Series. Seed Series is very important right now. At the time of this recording, there's like 5 missions. Then, Zeta and Double Zeta. Double Zeta particularly because, when you're doing the Double Zeta mission, you can use the Zeta and her Akushiki. And the S Gundam if you have it. So really good units. Keep that in mind. But yeah, they're basically like almost the same missions. Almost. Zeta is a lot easier in my opinion. Double Zeta is a little bit more harder. But the Hirakushiki and Zeta will help you if you have leveled it up from doing this mission. And then the third recommendation was Wing, just because the Wing Zero is really solid. This is like what units you should prioritize. Actually, never mind. Don't do Wing third. I recommend just leveling up a UC just so you can clear this. By the way, if you have the Easy 8, ignore what I just said, because the Easy 8 it's basically made for this mission. If you have Easy 8, it will save you so much time and headaches because it's really, really good in this mission. When I make my tier list, spoiler alert, it's number 1. Same with the Striker as well. Striker isn't as good as the Easy 8, but it is still a very, very solid choice for this mission. So if you have the Easy 8 and Striker, congrats. It's almost a free pass to complete this if you have it fully leveled and whatnot. So yeah, if you have Easy 8 and Striker, I say minimal requirements to do this. Don't level up every UC suit you have just to beat this, because we're probably gonna get more UC Eternal Road later, but for now there's only one harder mission. These other 2 are, AU, so alternative series, so along with Seed. But yeah, that's my recommendations. Level up your Seed units first, then UC, and then mostly the Double Zeta and the Zetas, just because they have 2 missions each and whatnot. For the side ones, I say they're a lot more lower priority. You don't really need to invest too much into them. The aerial and the axial one can be done relatively easy if you have the URs, so keep that in mind. Yeah, also you want to look at the victory requirements too as well. Some of them are different than others, like this one is, defeat all enemy units. Well, with the X Gundam, the one that surprised me is you just need to defeat Garrett, the X Gundam. That's it. He will also have an extra life after you kill him. So let's say you defeated all the enemies on turn 3, and then you're all out of turns, and then he pops right back up slightly stronger. Kind of spooked me the first time. I thought I beat it all, but then nope, he comes back again. So keep that in mind. Like, there's different requirements, like with the Iron Blood mission as well. You just need to defeat Mikazuki. You can ignore all these guys. Go up front if you have a very stacked Iron Blood unit. Like, you probably only need to invest in 1 Iron Blood unit. The 6-4 free to play is a solid choice, and I'm pretty sure you could clear it with relative ease, since you just need to defeat Mikazuki and that's it. So yeah, keep that in mind when you're looking at victory requirement. I believe the later stages are all just, defeat all units. But for the easier missions, look at the requirements. Some of them are just, well, defeat this one enemy and then you win. So keep that in mind when you're, doing it. You would honestly, only do them with at least one unit if the unit is like fully duped, free to play. That's how potentially easy it can be. There's probably videos on it, but yeah, I think that is about everything. Level up your seed units. Level up your Zeta units, it'll help with UC. Especially the full armor double Zeta and the Zeta Gundam. They're a really good pair together. And then you could focus on these as well, but I wouldn't put them as high priority. The easier missions. So yeah, that's about it, guys. Let me know if you did it, how you did it, and whatnot. More tier lists. Let me know if you really want to see me clear them again. Like I said, I just don't really see the point if the guide isn't there to help you clear it. I can try to make guides, but you know, I'm not so patient. So yeah, I think that is about it, guys. All the content completed so far. Gotta wait till, you know, new stuff, new events and whatnot. And with that, take care.